To all of us, ladies and gentlemen, a doctor by profession, and like I said from the onset, his songs are always timeless. Without further ado, introducing to all of us, Knii, Lante. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, boss.
That's the sad.
Thank you so much.
And the boss, they always call me boss. They make me feel some way, like I feel. You know what I'm saying?
You be boss now.
You be my boss.
Oh, Charlie.
You know How have you been? How have you been?
Oh, fine. Everything cool, you know.
You sure?
Yeah, man. Yeah, everything cool. Just a coronavirus day, but still. It makes scary small, you know, as you go.
Scary.
When you're going to work and stuff, you're always tense about it, you know. But you just trust that, Charlie, it won't come your way. Or even if it comes your way, you protect yourself enough not to get it. But otherwise, things are quite cool.
But otherwise, everything is cool.
Yeah.
I see. I mean, the last time you came here, it was a premiere of, was it 52?
I think so. I think it was 52 ambulances.
52 ambulances.
I think so. I think I can't remember too well.
52 ambulances. Now, but I feel like you're on a campaign with that particular song.
Yes, actually.
What was the song about, 52 ambulances?
Well, back then, you know, our national ambulance stock in this country was about, I think, well, officially they were saying it was 54 or 52 or something, 55. Yeah. Officially they said 55. I made the mistake and mentioned 52.
52, okay.
But then, actually out of the 55 or something, only 20 something were working.
Okay.
So, I had a bad experience in the hospital once where I had a patient who was very ill and we needed to transfer the patient to another center. And it was a hustle because we couldn't get an ambulance. So that really was what inspired me to start. Yeah, I mean to start writing the song. Yeah, and then I sort of decided to agitate a little bit and put a little bit of fire in the system.
That's right.
And then it started the conversation about 52 ambulances being in the system. And then eventually, and so many people were talking too at that time.
That's
you know,
right.
so many people too were talking. So eventually I think all of us, our voices reached Papa. And then some ambulances were brought in. And now I'm happy that we have about 300 in stock.
Yeah.
Of course, 300 is not the amount we need, but it goes some way.
To you, how many ambulances do you think we need?
Well,
I think every constituency has one.
Yeah, man. Charlie, see the size of a constituency and see the number of people who live in a constituency. I mean, if there's one car accident, then that's the ambulance gone. If somebody collapses at home, there's no ambulance. So we'll probably need about 5,000 or 10,000.
Wow. So you don't think still the politicians can still drive in their V8s?
No, for as long as the people themselves are not comfortable and don't have ambulances and have the important things, the priority things in life, I don't think that we should be buying V8s for officials. Unless it is very essential. I mean, unless the official is going to some place where the road is so unmotorable that he cannot go. But I've been watching documentaries of other countries in Europe where officials use public transport, you know, and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, a salon car is cool, but Charlie V8 now, you know? Yeah, man, because Charlie, you're talking about 300 G or 500 or something. Charlie, seriously.
Yeah, seriously.
You understand? And that could go a long way to push, you know, some incubators into the hospitals or some PPs.
When you drive into the hospital and you see like a siren, wow, 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 and they are, how do you feel?
You won't give me trouble.
No, I'm only asking. I mean, based on what you just said, I just want to know.
Oh, I mean, I would have preferred it if there weren't so many sirens.
Okay.
If there was just one or two vehicles. And, you know, there's something in trying to, even if you have money, you know, there's something in trying to be humble about it. and not to flaunt the wealth. You understand? So I think that much as you're a politician, you're in power and all that, and you can even afford the national jet or whatever. When you are humble and modest about it, you strike a chord with the people. You know, a lot of the people won't tell you, but when they are standing by and they are seeing the cars passing like that, they pass very, very hot comments.
That's right.
You know, yeah.
That's
but
right.
when they meet you face to face, they smile and all that. But you know what I mean.
As a frontline worker,
Yeah.
do you think the government has done what it takes with respect to this pandemic, COVID-19?
Well, I mean,
to fight it.
Well, I mean, we really haven't been hit hard yet, so it's difficult to assess. Now, if we had been hit so hard, well, I don't even know if we've been hit hard yet, because I'm not sure if we are testing as much as we should be testing. But if the numbers that we have are what we should go by, then we can say that we haven't been hit hard yet. So we cannot really assess the readiness of the country towards the pandemic.
No, but I mean, I'm asking based on...
I think sometimes the news items, you hear people complain that, Charlie, they need some of the PPEs and stuff, you know. Sometimes in your hospitals, they give you one face mask to wear for like a month, you know. And these face masks, they are actually supposed to be disposable. You're supposed to use it for one day and throw it away. But here's the case where you are given one and you are told to wear it for the rest of the month. So I think straight away you can start deducing that we probably won't have enough if the thing hits hard. Even almighty USA, UK, all them people they suffered it. And there was a time when nurses and doctors and everybody was saying there's no protective gear. So I can imagine what happens if it hits hard here. So let's just pray. Let's just pray.
But you see, we have the churches and then we have the scientists as well. I mean, so the scientists in Ghana, nobody's been able to come up with a vaccine or a cure for COVID-19.
Well, I mean, people are working at it. I know that some people have brought in drugs that they say can boost your immune system. I haven't heard of any drug yet that can kill the virus or disintegrate the virus. But I know in other places in Africa, like Madagascar and things, they are talking about. You see, and that is why on the 25th of May, AU Day, we should have taken it more seriously. Because you see, there's no way Africa, look, EU, they are working together. Even in looking for this vaccine, there's serious cooperation going on. In the United States, you have about 50 countries in one.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, each state is about as big as Ghana. And there are 50 of them who have come together into a country. And they are putting all their resources, all their brains in a focused, targeted way towards getting a vaccine. And then you think that small Ghana or small Togo will also be able to focus and get as much resources as we need to do the research into getting such vaccines. Unless you are lucky.
So,
you know.
So if I deduce from what you're saying, then, for instance, every individual living like today supposed to boost his or her immune system.
No, what I'm saying is that Africa must unite. It is time that we unite. Because if it is only when we unite that we'll be able to gather enough resources to be able to push into all these things that we want to go into. So, for example, research. Ghana now, they'll tell you that there's not enough money for research. But if we all came together and we did it in a targeted way, you'd find out that we'll probably get the results that we want. You understand?
So we've not been united enough as an AU?
Of course not. I mean, even to travel from Ghana to Nigeria.
So what's the relevance of celebrating AU Day? The
relevance in celebrating it was that Nkrumah and some group of presidents were forcing that Africa should unite politically and economically then. There was also another group of African states who were saying that, no, let us remain separated and let us just cooperate economically. We somehow, by default, we took the path of those who were saying we should pursue the African dream individually, as individual states, just with some economic cooperation. And 60 years down the line, look at us. It is a very sorry state. I cannot name one African country that I may say that I'm so proud about. If you go there, you see the skyscrapers.
Not even South Africa?
Must go there and go and see what is happening in the squatters. It is terrible. You understand? What we see about South Africa is just the surface. The few rich people who can stay in their nice places is what we see. But if you go to South Africa, I haven't been there, but I've watched documentaries and I've listened to people who come from South Africa. It's not good.
Okay, so then what I'm watching about Sierra Leone, Rwanda, and co are just something. Yeah, because I mean, I think I've done research on it, and I feel like, yeah, those people are really...
You are just seeing the tip of the iceberg. Most African countries are suffering. Most African countries are suffering. And we need to pool our resources to get out of this thing. This whole thing, you see, even Ghana, look, every government that comes uses, they say gold. Sorry, we are going into too much politics, but they say gold, we have oil, we have timber, we have this, and when they come into power, now they say there's no money. I'm sure you've heard this thing since we were all children growing up. Almost every government that comes says, to come into power, they'll bash the first government that, oh, Charlie, we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this, why can't we do this? When they come into power, they can't do it. Why? Because when they come into power, there are certain trade negotiations that have been set into place, all sorts of things that are, which hold us back. And these trade negotiations, they are usually not amongst African countries. It's between us and the people up there. And the people up there, they want to exploit us. So those negotiations, they don't help us. It is time we break off those negotiations and start negotiating with our fellow, our fellow African countries. Yeah, Nigeria has so much oil.
Okay, yes.
We have so much salt, so much gold.
Yes.
Salt is needed heavily in the oil industry. You understand? But is there that cooperation?
When you say the people up there want to exploit us,
yeah,
which people are up there?
No, I mean, this world, whether we like it or not, we are living in a global world where everybody is struggling for the resources that are available.
That's right.
So and the world is not infinite, the world is finite. So if this thing is finite.
It's daily build.
Yes, this thing.
Daily build.
Daily build.
Yeah.
And I take 80% of daily build.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, you get 20% or less.
That's right.
So in this world with its finite resources, the more some people have, the more by all means some people will have less.
That's right.
So the more that the resources are accumulating in other superpower countries, the less resources we have over here.
Okay, I get you. Briefly.
And our resources are accumulating there, mind you, because they are taking our resources away. All the time.
Okay.
Through terrible contracts.
Let's tone down to COVID-19 before we go for a spot of breather. Briefly, don't you think it is rather relevant for every individual to know you have to boost your immune system so that if even you don't happen to wear the nose mask, you can't get infected?
Oh, that one, yeah, it is important.
So why are we not preaching that one instead of telling everybody to wear the nose mask? Because I know there are certain people in
the that one, you are in the media, you should be telling me.
We are doing our part over here, but I'm saying...
I think the media is not doing enough, just like the musicians. We are not doing enough. You are from the musicians are not, in fact, we are all not doing enough. Because on our way here, most people on the street were not masked. And nobody seems to care. Even me, as I come here right now, I come out my mask. You understand?
Yeah.
So we are all not really taking this thing as seriously as we should do. Now, who are the people who, when they talk, influencers, people here? Musicians, artists, politicians, bloggers, media people. Yeah. We are the people who should be making the noise. So if the people are not cooperating, then we should blame ourselves. Really.
Okay, now, you've made one or two statements about COVID-19, about the governance and everything. Yeah. Now, you have a new one out.
Yeah.
And what's the title of it?
Okay. So right now you are switching me from the Knii as an NII to the Knii KNII. The other personality.
Okay,
so let's talk music.
Sure, let's talk music.
Okay. Now the other video that's out is called I Just Want To.
I Just Want To.
Yeah, man.
I just want to. You just want to do what? As in like
I want to belong to you, or I want you to belong to me. It's a love song.
Okay, I thought you were saying I just want to fight Corona.
No. We finished with that one. So that's what the song is about. It's just a song about I mean, the way every person yearns to be loved, you know, and what things you do to get love.
Doc, you're always preaching about love.
Yeah, man.
Everything about you is love. That is why your songs are not, like I should say, your songs are timeless. But why? Do you sing or do you release those songs out of heartbreak, or like you do it for somebody special?
No, you know, growing up, I like listening a lot to those musicians who usually, they call them the crooners, the singers.
Yeah.
So I used to listen to artists like Luther Vandross.
Okay.
I used to listen to artists like R. Kelly.
Oh, okay.
You know, and those singers, even here, Lante and all them people, you know.
Love and memory.
Yeah, man. So I got into a lot of love themes. Michael Jackson, Wycliffe, and you know, the singers. I really got into the love themes. So obviously that is where I fed on. Even my mentor, Bob Marley, you know, even he was singing a lot of love songs. A lot of his reggae songs were love songs. So I really fed off there. So the love themes sort of, they come naturally, you know, and for me that is one of the greatest emotions. I mean, I'd always sing about love than sing about a beef.
Who produced this one?
That Beat God produced it, but the video was directed by Afro the Genius. Afro the Genius.
Oh, okay. Wow.
One of the young guys coming up.
Yeah.
Very strong guy.
Yeah. I mean, lyrical content and everything. I know you never failed. You never failed any.
Thank you.
Yeah. Where can people get this video?
Well, it's on YouTube now. I mean, it's also. I mean, you can get the audio. You can get the audio on AudioMark. You can get it on SoundCloud. For those of us who want to drive it free. For those who want to get it, it's also on iTunes. It's on iTunes. It's almost everywhere.
Is it stream live?
Yeah, it's yes, on Spotify.
I heard when you stream like 17,000. When you have 17,000 streams, you get $6.
I'm not aware about that. Right now, it's all about just making sure that people get the music in their houses, on their devices, having a good time with the music and feeling good about it. So for now, it's not really, the team manages more of the Spotify and those business things, but I concentrate more on the writing and the performance.
Okay, Doc, your social media handles briefly, then we...
It's just Knii Lante, Knii Lante.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for passing through.
Thank you too, boss.
Right now,
thank you.
Koro.
Thank you too, boss.
We have to bounce out of the studio in the infamous words of Knii Lante. Let Africa unite, because we're not united enough. Live the life you love the life you live. Never ever let another man's opinion be the opinion of yours. But they don't see you until they don't see you. Peace. Shalom.